Hi everyone and welcome to the video today. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Behringer X1204 USB, and that's in the XENYX brand. I bought this mixer because the mixer that I've already got, it's pretty big. And what I've done, I've made it like a little music studio in a spare room. So this is great just for having some little, like a CD player going in, and just a little, just to whack a few mics in. So that's it. Basically what I've done, I've opened the top because what happens is Thomann, where I buy these from, are great. So I would always recommend going to thomann.de. They are fantastic, get great products for really good prices. And they're from Germany, so they're, you're guaranteed to get something good. Okay? So basically what I've done is, I've undone the box because, as I said, Thomann, what they do is put staples on the top, and they're very hard to get out really quick. So what I'm going to do now is just show you what you get. And since I'm in the UK, Thomann have threw in a free UK power source, like the power plug, sorry, which is made by Snake, and I think that's really handy because usually Behringer dispatch the ones from like the European, the 2-prong ones. But anyway, let's get to it. It's in these air packagings. And there's the plug I was on about. The Snake. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, let's get to the box. And I have to say, it looks smaller than I thought. And there it is. I would say it's about a foot high, 12 inches high by, I would say about, it's pretty square. Great, so it's really compact. What it says on the box, it's got the, I'll just zoom in here. It's got the, oh sorry, the sun's behind us, there we go. Premium 12 input 2x2 bus analog mixer, built-in USB audio interface. That's great. So I'll get the camera off the tripod so we'll get rid of that background shine. There we go. Also you get 4 state-of-the-art phantom powered, so the XLR inputs here. And you get the compressors, studio grade, and also if you're into QR codes you also get one of them. And on the front you get a picture of the behind, great little picture. Also you get another QR code, and you'll get it tells you get 3-band EQ effects processor, super. Free downloadable software, that's for the interface. So if you want to record from your mixing desk, basically what you do, you just plug the USB into here, and basically you can record from there. And you get clip LEDs. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to get rid of the big box. I'm going to show you what's inside. And it's great that Behringer don't put stickies on the top of the boxes. It's just annoying. And the first thing you get is the USB cable, which is this one. And this one is the European cable. So, as I said before, that's what Behringer dispatch. And also what you get is rack mounting. I'll just put the box down. 2 rack mounts. As this has been like a small mixer, it needs bigger rack mounts. You get these polystyrene blocks. Okay, and you get some documentations. Sorry. And you can get a free sticker. That's like a quick start guide in there. And now to the mixer. I have to say, it looks great. Exactly what I was expecting. It's very compact, still a great size. I'm going to put the camera on pause just for a second until I get it out of the packaging, because it's going to be a bit hard to do it with one hand. So if you bear with me a minute, and we'll go and look at everything on the board. Hi everyone and welcome back. Now we're going to have a really close look at the mixing desk now. It's not going to be a review, I'll do that on a further date. Basically I want to show you what this mixing desk can do. Its size doesn't mean it's lacking in capabilities, because trust me, this board can do tons. Basically on the first 4 channels you get 4 XLR inputs. These are the XLR inputs, and you can see, I'll let that focus, basically that's saying XENYX mic preamp. Okay, so what that's basically saying, you can plug the phantom powered microphones in there. So that's condenser microphone plus 45 volts that need to power them. So these all channels are the same, so I might as well just go through one, because it'll explain all of them. So this part here, this is a balanced or unbalanced cable. So if you use a jack microphone, you can plug that in here, or if you use any sort of other instrument that has a jack, it'll go into here, so, such as a guitar. This is your low cut, this button here, and here's your gain. Okay, so obviously the higher the towards the right the gain is, the more gain it's going to have. Okay, and this is your compressor. Basically what a compressor does is takes the highest sort of frequency and the lowest, and basically it's like a box and it's reducing the box. Okay, so you get more control. So if you shout, it isn't going to like really hit, it's going to bring that level down for you. Okay, and here's the 3-band EQ, and you obviously get your high, your mid and your lows, or treble, mid and bass if you're into that sort of stuff. And you get the aux, which could be like a monitor for example, or just send to another speaker on the stage so you can hear yourself. And also you get a pre button here. Also you get an effects, and this is where the effects are controlled over here, which is great. And if you just get the Behringer 1204, not the X model, basically it's the same board, but basically they've shrunk here, like the LEDs here, and put the FX processor in the X model. But if it isn't the X model, just the Behringer 1204, basically what they've done is got rid of the effects. So basically for the same, I think it's maybe about £30 dearer, and it's the exact same size board, but basically what they've shrunk is the LED so it can have more room to put this in. So that's really, really good for such a small desk. It's fantastic that you can get like an effects processor in there. Another thing that's on the channel is a pan or balance. So sorry, left is left, right. So if you get the balance in the middle, you can hear it out of both speakers. To the left, it's obviously just coming out the left speaker, and to the right, it's only coming out the right. So if you wanted to plug a stereo channel in, so you put one in here and one in here. So the black is the left and the red is the right. That's the colour of the cable. Basically, with the left, you pan it to the left and the other one to the right, and you get a stereo channel. But this board already has 3 stereo channels. Okay, sorry, 2. Okay, so further down you get a mute button. Basically that, instead of turning the slider down from unity gain to down, basically you just press mute. Okay, and also you get like a solo. So before actually putting the audio through into the speakers, what you can do is press solo and come over to here, look at the LEDs, and you can press the PFL, pre-fade listen. Press that down. When it's up, it's on solo. So basically, while it's playing, you can see what the levels are without muting it. So if you just go on PFL before you start bringing the audio out, you want to set your levels. Green, it's fine. Start getting the yellow, it's starting to break up. But when it's in the red, that's not correct. You should have it always in the green. Maybe it's about a maximum of 5 on there. You don't want it too high because it'll just ruin everything. Okay, so that's the 4 XLR channels covered. Okay, so now we're going to look at the stereo channels, which is just here. You got your left or right. So that could be for, see if you had an electric drum kit or a piano, that would come into here. Or if you had a CD player, but you must have obviously 1/4" jacks to go into here, or you can get some sort of adapter, but I don't really recommend using adapters. So here is the level. It's basically a gain, but you don't get as much control over. It's sort of a low cut and gain put together really. And here that's just a logo here, so it's got the USB interface built in, and that's great. So I think that's really kind that Behringer have done that, because it's saved you lots of money. Basically, it's got rid of tons of wires, and basically so it's put it into a digital signal straight away for you. So that's really handy. So you don't have to buy an interface box. Basically, you just plug a USB in, and that's it, straight into your computer. Obviously, you've got your 3-band EQ again. Basically, you don't have the compressors. It's the same sort of layout, but obviously without the compressors and the low cuts and gains. That's the only difference. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to look at the top. Okay, these are the aux sends, these two here, and these are the aux returns. Okay, and there'll be, obviously you do your sends with this, okay, and also you can use the effects here, number 2, as a send and return. So if you didn't want to use the effects processor, that's also another input and output. Okay, so here is the 2-track input and output, okay, and the USB's on the back. That's just saying the USB's sort of in the same area. It's just here. Basically, what this is, see if you've got the same sort of setup as me. I've got a record player, like to plays vinyls and LPs and 45s. And basically, what this does, allows you to plug in the record player into here, which is really handy, because I've never seen a record player with jack or XLR inputs without buying an adapter, and I'm not very fond of adapters. Okay, and this is the effects foot switch. Basically, it's like a jack lead, and basically that's a foot switch for the effects, basically. And a phone, this is for your headphones. You can, this is, I would say, the only time that's good for using adapters. Just so if you wanted to use like earphones, just for example, Apple ones with a little 6mm, I believe, I'm not quite sure. It's the ones that for your phone anyway. Basically, you can get like a jack, 1/4" jack into a 6mm jack. Okay, so now we're going to look at the effects that's on board. You got 24 in total, I believe. No, 16, sorry. That's individual ones, but you can also edit them. Okay, so there's lots more than 16 on here, because you can mix them and add ones that are not actually on there. Okay, and you change that via twisting this knob here, and if you wanted, you just press it and select it. Okay, so here's the aux send, so that's how much of the signal you're sending out. So it's sort of a slider basically, so the higher the knob, the more it's going to go out, and obviously the further it's down, the less of it's going to go out. This is the effects knob here to control these effects here, all the way across. But what I would do is, obviously, of whatever you're sending out, that's how much you want to return. So all the time I would sort of have these on halfway, both of them anyway, because you're not gaining or losing anything. So whatever you're sending out, you're going to get back. Basically, that's what that's saying if they're both the same. Sorry, I forgot to mention what this button does here. This is for your delay and echo. And the green LED light here indicates what tempo it's at. So basically, just tap this a couple of times just so it gets the rhythm for you. And basically, that saves that. While you're going to look at number 15, and you want a delay on there. Just tap it in, and that'll work. That's going to save that for you. Now this is the return. This is the stereo return. So there's to aux here, and send these two here, and this is the effects return, and you can send that to the main mix or the alternative 3 and 4 sends, which are all down here. So obviously this must be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so now we're gonna move down the board a bit and have a look at here. Basically, if you want to plug in your stereo, sorry, the what do you call it, record player, sorry. All you do is, it took me a while to work out this because I didn't really read the manual first. Basically, all you do is press this button here. Make sure it's down. That's why I plugged it in, it wasn't working. And I said, oh, that's not broken, so I put it in my hi-fi and it worked. And I looked and I said, alright, here we go. You need to have that down if you want your inputs here to work. This is an input and that's an output, by the way. Okay? So basically, control room, this is, so if this mixing desk was using a recording studio, what you would do, if you want to have studio monitors in the mixing desk room, basically this controls what you can sort of hear in the mixing desk room, where you're mixing in the bands in a different room. So basically what you can do, whatever you want to hear in, so your headphones, so this side's headphones, this side's control room, and both in the middle to control both at the same time. Whatever you want to come out of here, whatever you want to hear, you have to press down. Okay, so if you wanted to hear main mix, press that, alternative, alt, or true track USB. Okay, so here is your PFL scales and LEDs. As I said before, anything in the green and to about 5 is okay, preferably stays in the green, so you've got much more control. If not, you're just gonna, you know what I mean, it's just gonna ruin the sound. And I went through this before. These two lights indicate what actually mode you are in when you press solo on the channels. When it's up, it's on solo, so basically it's just going to be this channel, and solo will only work if you are actually playing something and it's coming out of the speakers. Okay, that's so you can see without meeting the channel, because PFL, what you use is before you actually let it come through the speakers, you put it on PFL to see if it's gonna be too loud, so you can turn it down before you actually bring it out of the speakers, and that will work while you're still on mute. Okay, so I think I've went through everything on the front, so let's have a look at the back. This is where all the inputs and the outputs are. Okay, so this is where your power supply goes. I don't like it when people call them kettle cables. I just don't like it. It doesn't sound very professional. Basically, this one here turns on the power to the board, and this can use any microphone as long as it doesn't need, obviously, the plus 45 volts. So this will work any sort of dynamic microphone, and will work the whole board. And then if you turn this one on too, it will power the XLR microphones that are condensified and need plus 45 volts. These are your main outputs here, your left and right, and that is controlled by the black sliders, left and right. Okay, and these are your alt 3 and 4, which are the grey sliders, just here. And the control room, which I was on about, are studio speakers. Okay? And the last thing is the USB interface. And that basically makes sure that you can, you plug your USB in and you can start recording. Okay, so I'll give you one last quick look around the board, just to give you a quick sort of last look. So if I've missed anything, you wanted to have a quick look before you buy it, you can just have a quick look. That's one thing I forgot to mention, sorry. This is also a clip LED board, just like here. And this is so for the effects are not going too mad and it's going to destroy your sound. It's like a little display here. Okay, sorry about that. And the compressors, I've got a clip LED. Not a clip LED, sorry, just an LED light to say, basically it's when it's on, it's saying hello, I'm working, and I'm reducing the bad sounds and making it sound good. But too much compression can sound bad. So it's a bit of trial and error before I would use it. So if you want to have a look at the frequencies, they are just here. And you get one aux end and one effect. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I appreciate you watching this. If there's any questions about any of the boards I use, please don't hesitate to drop me an email on my website, which is on, if you go onto my channel, it'll be in the top right hand corner, it'll be the logo, which is a world, and you press my website and you go and contact me, and that's basically how you get in touch with me. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.